Tebafethu, what's all king in there? Fanaki kwatile and kwatiching mama. Why can kwatele umputorna even though I'm in television? It's not like it's art or anything. No, of course it's art, ma. All right? I create, I gesture. All right? The people speak to me, I speak to them, you connect. All right, people? All right, this is art. Oh, mama, just because it's not a painting drawn on a canvas by an old psychopathic European artist or a painting of flowers and little ducks swimming by the seaside, listen, doesn't mean it's not art. All right? Jeez. I didn't say that, though. I just asked her instead, okay, fine, then what is your art, Mom?
I do. Well, I cook, and for me, that's art.
Well, I create things.
I make stuff, I paint stuff, I sculpt stuff.
We actually manufacture wooden fashion accessories.
My school has a very strong arts facility.
I sing, I play the piano.
I wouldn't say I partake in any, other than, I guess, photography.
No, I only sing in the shower, that's the only form of art I do.
I am an African man. Look at me, then you'll understand. The things I think and feel is the things they try to steal. I am a black man. I come from the black womb, entered the black world, filled with the black devils, doing everything black.
Kalibitso ke mojale for Hamaloleka, udula Chaba, QwaQwa in the eastern part of the Free State. So now I'm involved to go the organization since about Sehlopanyana, which most are on the Dilaka arts, some of them politics. But then my passion, is into the arts and seeing young people, Baba innovative, figure Baba change South Africa. Nantwetso ke di etsang ke a ngola, ke a director, ke bapala dipapadi tsa kalaneng, which means I'm a theater practitioner.
The rapist! Vandaag is vandaag, my lady. Sure. The rapist Art is a diverse range of human activities, be it painting, performing arts, filming, and so on. And then culture, if we get the characteristics, it's a Botho. So bringing that together to then say, what is arts and culture? I would say it's creativity combined in the way of life. We don't have arts and culture. We need to have the community professionals. Let them go to university if that's the case. Implement the arts and culture. The person who's rallying behind arts and culture is an artist herself or himself. We need to have schools still on the teacher strictly arts. If maybe you can choose, okay, the commerce, the science, the arts, and it's period.
Performing art ke ho tlosa batjha strateng.
Culture makes us who we are.
Bit by bit, people's cultures are dying. Artists, the community, and government, they are all responsible to promote and protect culture as a whole.
Okay, Mama Mpocho Riena Wapiawaga is art. All right, maybe it's tasty, all right? Not all painting, but it is at least African.
Welcome to a very, very short history of South African arts and culture. It all began 75,000 years ago in the Blombos Cave in the Southern Cape. The discovery of ochre, a fine powder used for painting, makes the caves the world's first artist's studio. Some paintings show sangomas performing ritual dances, trance dances. So guess who invented trance and house and rave? Did they call it cave? Our ancestors were talented. For over 75,000 years, they used arts and culture as part of everyday life. Beadwork, dancing, weaving, rituals, painting, and storytelling. Our traditions outlasted colonization. Some Europeans' traditions got mixed in. Apartheid came and went, but our arts and culture survived. Traditions on steroids. Fast forward to 2016. Our ancient culture is now a modern mixed masala. Yesterday's Zibongo or Diboko praise poets are today's spoken word poets and Kwaito rap stars. Yesterday's rock art is today's street art and contemporary performance. And yesterday's heroes are today's old news. So what is new? Our newest tradition is the art and culture of democracy. Voting is your democratic right and responsibility. Your vote counts. It creates the community you want.
So ka dinako tjaka, right? Re sa tsena sekolo. No gona le the subject ba bitsa arts and culture, right? Nna ke kwa ba re ba itlositse ba itsentsha gape ba itlosha gape. Nna ke go tseba gore why do we need to know about arts and culture anyway?
I think it broadens perspective.
Opens their mind, keeps them actually busy or exploring into another world.
It takes people out their comfort zone.
Helps you to see the world in a different way.
We are inspired by art.
Kids actually need that creative outlet.
You should express yourself, and that's a beautiful way for young people to express themselves.
Now, Bafethu, as you are aware, this program is about linking to local government. So let's link to the local government. What exactly does a local government do for the arts?
Primarily, the local government role within the visual arts is around municipalities that fund and support and run art spaces, art galleries and museums and those kinds of places. That includes community art centres. We work with quite a lot of community art centres doing workshops and training and working with artists in these spaces. It also includes public art programs, and we work with cities and municipalities around the country around ensuring that their policies for supporting the arts, and particularly public art, are adequate and really meet the needs of communities and artists. Even though the visual arts industry in South Africa is quite small, it has a sort of disproportionately big attention from the rest of the world. Artists like Kimang Walehulere, who's from Guguletu, or Mary Sibande, or Bambo Sibia. These are artists who have trained at multiple different places in South Africa, not always universities. I think the most important thing for young artists who really want to make it in the industry is to really connect to what's already happening. So they need to be going to multiple different exhibitions, they need to be meeting other young people who are working in the industry to really get a sense of the range of things that you can do. And so if you're in smaller cities or even small towns and rural areas, it can be quite difficult to really know where to go, how to see exhibitions, how to really connect into the overall industry. I think it's becoming increasingly important to be connected, and the fastest way to do that really is through your cell phone, through Facebook. It's also important that artists have an understanding that even though they might produce work in a smaller town, the main place where they would be able to find buyers will be in tourist areas or bigger cities. So young artists should be expecting from municipalities a number of things. The one is that every municipality has a cultural desk, and so that cultural desk should be able to give information on education, on opportunities within the industry, on any programs that might be running in that municipality. Municipalities also then have a great responsibility to venues in that municipality, and they run them and they're in control of them. I think a lot of young people either feel like there isn't the help that they need, or they're not exactly sure where to go. The first step obviously is to go to these municipal offices and to ask for information. And of course, if you feel like you're not getting that information, then your next step is to make a statement with your vote.
Of course, I needed to find my information with the next generation, so I did my research with the kids. Guys, what's art?
Creating things, something that you paint, draw. Art's like a posture. When they paint something, then they take it somewhere very important, and people look at it in the museum and stuff.
It's talent. Art is something that's good.
Then if you use your imagination, you can turn it into something.
I do painting and drawing and creating things. So we have a book. It's lined paper, then blank paper.
I create people out of dough.
We just stick stuff on the lined paper and then we draw on the blank paper.
I like painting, drawing, painting,
and I listen to music and I dance.
I sang with Elvis Blue.
Yes, that's where I mostly sing.
No.
In the bath sometimes when I'm bored.
No, I don't like singing in the bath.
My mom, dad can sing.
I've only seen them dance together, not separately.
They sing at church.
Even if you can ask her now, she'll sing. My dad only dances at a function or with my sisters.
I'm Catholic.
Christian.
I am a SABC.
My culture is SABC.
Is Zulu. I speak Zulu at home, but they say I'm Swati.
We slaughter chicken, cow, goat, sheep, and we eat meat.
Yes.
Yes, so you know more about other people's culture.
Because then you'll get a lot of money, get a nice house, and get nice things.
Maybe it is because you create a song. Because you create something that you can sing.
Kinda. Singing is a talent.
You get to express the feeling around the world.
So I think whatever's a talent is art.
Nyabonga na cancer buy a donkey. Did you hear that, Mom? Whatever shows talent is art. And what am I? If not pure talent. And you know who else is pure talent? This guy over here. What kind of day are you having?
It's been a very long short day, and then more relenting ke multi-purpose hall ya Phuthi mo le re tokopana le other artists tse le re bana le di grievances like myself maybe. So all their thoughts and grievances we're going to package them and then release ko municipality wa rona wa Maluta Phofung. So ba faith to please follow me inside re lo bua le di artists ayoba. Do you think and feel hore the local government is working towards assisting you in whatever that you do, go spaces how?
Ntwe re hlokang in order hore re kgone sustain art ka garantu ka QwaQwa ne. Ntwe re hlokang ke hore re kgone hore re thole platform, not just platform lore platforming eno re kgone hore re thole di means tsa thola income. What is this?
So do you think Rona as artists, we're doing enough to meet our local government halfway in order to see the change in the
local government e re bola ka issue ya hore ba bitse batho ba batlang di province tse di.
The challenges tse dintse re tlameha re di shebe kore we lack creativity as artists. Sometimes we shouldn't blame them for not calling us to certain events. I think le rona di artists will still need to work hard hore government e re meet halfway.
What do we practically need as artists, more especially badulang Maluta Phofung?
Ke nana hore re tlameha re tsotso di workshop jolo ka di artists. We need to be trained.
Nna ne ke bona hore an ultimate goal as an artist re hloka a builded theater, art center maybe. We need an art center whereby we will be trained professionally.
Kile molokgotla wa wodi nana jalo ka ke na le bana kwano ba ntseng ba le teng ka re program tsena ke lakatsa hore e le Maluta Phofung re mperetse hore re thuse bana hore ga ba khothaletse hore ba kene di program tsena bana di a ba hlabolla mme ga se ke ga ba bona ba tletse hohle mona.
What I would like local government to do for me is to get all these white elephant buildings that are scattered all over the place
refurbished, and then by the renew, by the theaters and art centers, where young people, artists can be able to meet on a daily basis to get their work professionally or to develop their own work as artists.
Mamore, now it doesn't matter how talented a 10-year-old thinks I am. Huh? She says, whatever it is, it's something more than television presenting. So I asked more people, all right? All right, I'm gonna do my research.
Art is a way for people to express themselves.
I define art as the expression of self.
People expressing themselves in many forms.
An expression, a form of emotion.
Allowing other people to see a little bit of your soul.
How you bring out your creative side.
To me, I don't think there is a real definition to art.
I believe art is anything that you can relate to, that you feel that somehow, you can associate with it, that it touches you in some way.
It's more to do with how people decide on expressing themselves.
It's very much in the eye of the beholder.
Your own interpretation about what makes you happy.
Whether it's architecture, whether it's graffiti, street art.
Arts and culture, in my understanding, it's the creative and cultural expression of people. And it's important because it reminds us who we are. It reminds us of where we come from. It reminds us of the things that connect us. And most importantly, allows us to reimagine ourselves and think forward and recreate ourselves. Poetry is important because it all started with the word, right? And writing has always been a part of human history. And speaking has always been a part of human history. So I think today we're redefining poetry as a way for us to express ourselves. I think young people can make a living from the arts, but you need to think broad. For example, with myself, I'm a creative writer. So beyond just a poet, I write advertising copy, I write marketing strategy, I write press releases and so forth. So I expand my writing. I'm not just focusing on writing poetry and putting it on the stage. Do Good Inc. Was a name I pitched to a client, but the client rejected it. So I was like, I'm going to use it for something useful. One of our success stories is the African School of Excellence that we work with there in Tsakane. And we run once a month workshops there with them. They publish their poetry on the school's Facebook page. They get to share it with other students as well. They film it. They've got a multimedia center, so they film it. And end of the year, then we're going to publish an anthology from the school. Some of the students will then get to perform at our festival as well. We have not had the opportunity to work with local government yet, even though the program we're running is in the city of Joburg and it's been running for 5 years. I think the role of local government in pushing and nurturing artists should be building infrastructure. I think from my experience as an artist, a lot of the times, finding space to work, finding space that gives you time and resources to work is one of the big obstacles. Like I said, a lot of the resources for a writer come from the head. But where do I publish? Where do I record? Where do I perform? Where do I go for workshops? As artists, I think we are able to mobilize our own communities and, get things going. But it usually helps when there's infrastructure, because a lot of the time, let's say you start a poetry session somewhere, you don't own the place. So a few months later, the owner decides to shut down. You have to shift that movement, so there's no consistency. I mean, if I was local government and I had a chance to bring in some changes, I think, one, arts needs to be part of the school curriculum. Writing, theater, music, fine arts, I think that's very important. And I think, like I said, a lot of young people are creatives. They might not be engineers, they might not be doctors, but they're artists. They can create with their hands, they can create with their minds, I would build, I think, infrastructure that gets young people working. I think a lot of the time young people are sitting idle because, to get to Joburg, it's going to cost you 30 Rand if you're coming from a township to go maybe be part of Braamfontein or Mabone. How do we move that energy back to the townships? Allow young people to create in the spaces where they are.
These guys are as far from Joburg as you can get. Maraba bees, creating in the spaces where they are. All right? Check this out, guys.
Look at what you've done to me. So look at what you've done to me. Look at what you've done to me.
Our business is about uplifting young people, and because art in a township is not taken so seriously, so if you give it to a platform where people can see that it's taken seriously somewhere else, then it's easier for people to take it seriously as well.
ke o rata ha tinya telele o feta botinya rato la ka le tinya le telele nka o rata o thape o tello nana ke tla tela a thia ke no tela ke khamoya.
After days and months of nursing my broken heart, I threw my eyeballs around for a better half. And she caught both at the sight of intelligence, though, with a bit of panicking.
We are all responsible to protect and promote art because it's part of who we are. And if we lose that, we lose who we are.
I'm gonna call upon Mojo, ne?
I'm going to try and push once in a month, once in 2 months, such events that are happening. And then we'll pick other people's shows in which, with my little capacity, the network, I'm going to make it a point that I assist other artists. Molaetsa wa ka go batjha bana ba mona Afrika Borwa nka kopa gore ka nnete ha re ende lo vouta mme re tota vouta, let us become part ya di processes kapa ya influence ko government, and that is the only way re ka wina ntwa inana ya batjha.
As I put my voice out, my vote does count. Have been scooped out, a lot of rappers just do bow. Walala Wasala, IEC, you do see me. Register my name so I can make history. If you sit down, you're gonna see me on TV. Put your name down, vote for the future, you'll see. I put my fist up for the heroes that made me live my dreams so I can be the best I can be. Go put your ex on the spot so you can live your dreams.
As Varlimkulem rapper, get bars about voting, leaving me to do my thing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get your hands together, all right? I need you to give me the energy, all the love for the next act. The thanks, ladies. From me, good night.
OMG, so like voting is such an adventure. So make sure you go through every single obstacle to get your prize. Thank you. Thanks.
Next. Hello. Good, thank you. Oh, it's your first time. Oh, let's see if you're registered. Hey, you there? Let me just stick it in your bag. Okay. Okay, make sure you make a wise choice. Okay. Bye. Hello. How are you?
Yo, Chomi, that was so quick. Even about the certificate.
Hey, Chomi, how so fancy. Those are not certificates. Those are ballot papers. There is a whole adventure for us here, okay? We're thinking, just watch me. Okay. And so like I told you.
I do.
Let me see your thumb. Thanks, now you are so done. Let's take the thumbsy.
I'd be a starving artist.
A rich designer with uninspired art.
I'd rather be a brilliant artist.
A starving brilliant artist.
A rich, inspiring artist. I'm the brilliant but starving artist. That way you get your message across.
Because then at least I know I have something to offer to the world that maybe they haven't seen before.
The ability to express myself is what makes me happy.
I don't want to starve, I want to take care of my family.
Because at the end of the day, I want my work to get out there. And you'd rather be passionate about it than be completely empty, then what's the point?